in case we have to still wait for a couple minutes, but it's up to you. I think, I mean, she seemed excited the last time I spoke to her about it, so I don't think she's gonna blow us off. I think she's probably just
Yeah, I fully started
still
mine
asleep or
now.
something. I expect she'll join us eventually anyway. Um, yeah. All right. So, anyways, I don't know. Let's see. Help me remember if I'm missing anything. But um, the big event was the plot twist that young Stephen was nothing more than a corpse.
I had Shampoo muted this whole time.
Aha.
Yeah, I was probably talking on top of you a lot. I didn't even think.
I had you muted too, but I noticed almost
Oh,
right away.
just so
So we're good. But
good.
I don't think you talked over me. So brief recap. Last time, you guys disengaged from the enemies at the river, made your way back to the guild, where we found out that Stephen, the young boy Stephen, that kind of started this whole cultist quest, was in fact dead or undead, possibly being puppeted, and
Puppeted. Wait, who was puppeted?
we met. What's that?
Who was puppeted?
The kid.
Stephen,
Yeah.
the little kid Stephen, was likely being puppeted and had been dead for weeks. It was confirmed. Then, confirmed by the head of the Arcana arm, who had some connection with Nick's character, Histash, having broken some artifact of his. You also met her, and you met her Warforged, the second chair of Arm Arcana, and that was the same
character's name?
before that. Aldea.
Sorry.
All good. We're still waiting on Angel, so I don't know. Hopefully she'll be here before long. We can go ahead and, I guess, get started without her. I think it's safe to assume that she'll be joining. Maybe we can just puppet her character along.
So what was what's the quest right now? Is there a new quest? Did you finish the quest? What's the thing?
So, towards the end, Velo, the little fox guy, came back with a renegotiated quest from the Duskull clan of Irondale. You met the Chancellor of Irondale, the large Goliath that was just dripping in gold, and he and Nilo renegotiated terms, and there are now 2 open jobs for smaller parties, but we'll discuss how that'll play out, given that not everyone's here,
in my
and
channel.
it'll be a smaller group.
I can send this to you guys.
What's that?
Too.
I did a posture check. What?
So, and that leaves us, having gone through the night. We left you guys off at the night, and in the roleplay in the Discord, everybody was waking up, and that was about it.
Quick question. How do you get the little layout so my viewers could see who is speaking? The Discord little layout that it lights up who is speaking. How do I get that on my screen?
I do not remember because I helped you turn that off a while back.
I'm back, sorry.
I know you helped me turn it off, but I want to see now.
Wait, why is
I
it my
do not
Discord?
remember.
Does anybody know?
Anybody know what? What are you talking about?
The little overlay to show who's talking in Discord is what Millie's
Yeah.
asking about.
Oh, so where is that at?
Exactly. I
In
don't
a
know.
game, right? In a game?
I want it on my screen, so when I'm streaming, I have your little Discord names on the side, so people know who's talking.
I don't
Oh, do you
remember.
want-
I'm
do you
legit just
want that?
recording this Discord call.
You want that, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I want
I think that's only for game overlay. I don't know if you can.
You might be able to do it on Chrome as well, but I'm not sure.
Oh, you can. It's okay. So, let me see if this is what happens when you do it. Hold on.
I'm literally just recording this call. That's what I'm doing.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can get this to work.
You're recording the call? What do
Yeah.
you mean?
I'm recording. They can hear you guys. That's true. But they won't. It's difficult when there's many men talking at the same time. They won't know who is who.
No, but I'm literally recording Discord. That's what I'm doing.
I'm not.
Oh, I see what you're saying. In your stream.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, well, let's see. 1, 2, 3 streamers, right? I've got everybody open.
Somebody
Yes.
figures it out,
And
message.
reminder to give the streamers a lurk, guys. And let's take a vote. Should we go ahead and go on without Aldea puppeting her character, assuming that she is coming? Do you guys like to get started?
I found a thing for Millie, but I don't know.
I think I found it too,
Oh, okay, then you're good. Okay.
but I don't know how to like. It won't pop out. What the heck? Hold on.
Oh, did we lose one?
No, I'm back.
Oh, okay. There she is.
Just trying to get the layout.
Wait, Millie, you
What? Stop it, cut out. Stop your lagging out.
What's going on?
Stebby, we can't hear you at all.
What the heck?
God damn it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, hey.
Yep.
My stupid PC, it keeps disconnecting everything. But Millie, you can
Alright,
do it like
I'm gonna
me.
run to the restroom just to make sure that we are...
Stop
Well,
your
Millie,
yeah, and then we'll get started. Just give me 2 seconds. Be right back, guys.
Millie, I sent you something for you if
Okay.
you want to try reading at that and see if that helps.
Thank you.
I don't know any of that stuff. I would say try to make sure it's all legit and whatnot, but check it out if you're
Yeah, I'll just download it.
all right. Well, as long as you have an
Wait, it's
antivirus,
not
you should be good.
OBS. Damn it. Ah.
Oh, do you not use OBS?
I use OBS. I use Streamlabs.
Streamlabs is
Oh, then-
OBS.
Hold on, let me see. There was one for Streamlabs. Hold on.
You're echoing.
What's up?
Millie, you could also, if you click on the channel, yeah, that we're in, it'll open like a thing where you have like boxes with everybody on in it, yeah?
Hold on, I'm hearing everybody. What the heck is going on? Oh, hold on.
Here, I found this too.
No.
If that doesn't work, I found
Oh,
this.
I have to...
Okay.
That works,
What?
I guess.
What the heck happened? Should I
Yeah,
hold on?
that echo's pretty bad. Could we,
Who, me?
I
Who,
think
me?
it's pajamas.
What echo? Wait, for what? What do you hear? Like a repeat of me or? It's a repeat of me. Okay.
You guys can't hear anything from the parade, right? Or can you hear the parade outside?
I can't hear anything.
Okay.
All right. I think we have waited long enough. Are you guys okay if we go ahead and get started?
Yeah.
Everybody mute yourself in the app.
What
Okay.
app?
There, I don't know how.
I'm already muted in fucking thing normally.
Mute myself.
Looks
Oh,
like
okay. I was like, why is there an echo? And I'm like, oh, because I
Yeah.
wasn't muted on roll 20.
Yeah, I can't mute myself in Roll20. Help. Usually it lets me mute myself.
I think you are muted in Roll20.
Am I?
Yeah, hold on, let me mute you and see. Doc? Yeah, I don't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Millie didn't talk either.
Sorry, Stout, I didn't know I was talking in the Roll20 app. On my screen, it shows the mute
It's all
button
good.
on it. Like, on the app itself, it says muted, but then when I go down to the white bar below, it said it wasn't muted, and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, Jumbo!
So, that was weird.
Yes. What's up, Mill?
Mm.
Okay. All right. So, the other times I've puppeted people, they'd already given me permission to do so. I want to include Angel, but maybe
I can
What if-
puppet her.
maybe that
What if
does
we
not
just
make
kind of
sense.
do she's just there but not doing anything?
Yeah, she follows along.
Yeah, she's just quietly there. And then...
All right, we'll do that. All right. So, a lot of you, and also Sun.
Wait, what
because
time
I
is it?
believe
And what
he-
time of the day? And is it morning? Next
It
morning
is
after
the next
bar?
morning, the following morning. That's right, after the bar. So you are very hungover, Millie, because you were quite drunk, I remember. And in the RP Tavern channel, Sun and Sout, Sun and Drell are eating and or sitting with each other. Is that right? His Tash is awake.
Whoops, that was
And
me.
actually had just
Yes.
joined them. Oh, sorry. And then I think that was everybody who's already there. Sun, I'm gonna puppet him for a second too because he's not gonna be able to join us until next week. After a long night of keeping watch and falling asleep, eventually Sun, still a bit perturbed by the lack of protection at the door and how easy it was for an undead to waltz right in, goes and tries to get to the bottom of how to help with security. He gets caught up in the bureaucracy of it and will not be joining you.
Fuck. Sorry.
Sorry, what'd you say?
No, I was talking to stream, but I muted in the wrong place.
Ah, gotcha. So,
I'm gonna do that
Sun will
hydrate
not
in
be
a
joining
sec. I only
as
just
he's
put
caught up
drinks in my
in
fridge,
looking into the security of
so I'm gonna wait till they're cold and then I'm gonna do
Guild.
it. But I did do the posture check.
That leaves Aldea and Delphine to slowly saunter in, both having indulged a little too much the night before. Boblin pulling both of them by the hand to the tavern, where you all meet again. And then
What time of the day it is?
Vilo,
You're eating
it is the morning,
breakfast.
first thing.
Okay.
Drartus walks
So-
up. Drartus walks up and says good morning to everyone, but he doesn't. He didn't sleep a whole lot either because he's been training because he couldn't keep his, because he couldn't go to sleep because he couldn't get his mind off the guy that he accidentally murdered.
Aha.
So he's like, he's rested, but he's also quite tired. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Understood. And that makes a good amount of sense, having this been probably his first real bout of conflict. Amelia, I don't know if you know this, but you're Googling.
Yeah, it's
Live.
fine. I did it intentionally.
Okay, just checking. So,
So
okay, so, sorry, I was reading the chat in the Roll20. So, anybody else have anything to add? Waking up?
Not today.
Well, I don't know a word what my character would do because I don't know the translation for that. But yeah, I'm just gonna write it, but I can't.
what does the
What
word
word?
mean?
What word were you
Like,
trying? Yeah, what word were
You
you
know,
trying
when
to
you're
say?
really tired and you're like dragging your legs, well, it can do somewhere in your head.
You're dragging your feet.
No, but you're like the kind of walk that is. It's like
Saunter? No, sauntering is something else.
like
Um,
blip 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 blip.
I don't know what that's called.
I mean, neither. So
I only know dragging your feet. That's really about it. Here, I'm gonna look it up.
well, I just say something. Okay, it's fine.
So, as you guys are gathering, Vilo sprints into the room and once again slaps down the paper on the table where the most of you are joined around and asks, "All right, who's ready to make some coin? Have you all decided if you're going to be joining up?"
Delphine lifts her hand up and then puts it down directly for the quest. Just eating. Just like me, but doesn't say it.
Okay. Well, that's one. Vilo says, excited. What about the rest of you lot?
Oh, I think I was muted, but so Beatles ran in. He's excited about the mission, right?
Yep. He asks, "Who's ready to make some coin?"
You know,
Rubbing
Gogu
his hands
looked up
together greedily.
and said I'd have to see the contract first.
You
still
guys had
eating.
discussed it briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys had discussed it briefly the day before, but he slapped it down and he said, "We've got two groups, 1,000 gold each to infiltrate and put a stop to these cults. This cult and their cultists."
1,000 per group or 1,000 per person?
2 1,000 coin contracts, so divided presumably between each group.
Ah.
Still a good chunk.
Yep.
But... let me fix this real quick. 'Cause apparently,
That was out of character, by the way. That was not me saying that in character. I just wanted to know.
Alright,
Okay.
there we go. Now
Yep.
everything should be working. Cool. Yeah. So, knowing that, he just nods as he still eats. Like, yeah. You know. Like Drell is looking as calm as he can, but he is internally nervous about all this.
His
Okay.
nods and agrees that he's definitely doing it. Thomas says we can't leave cultists unattended so close to our doorstep.
That sounds very in character for his Tash. And I want to know more about his hatred of cultists at some point, but I guess we'll start to see that as we get deeper into this. So, who does that leave?
Just
Freya, what say you?
Freya puts down her cup of coffee. She's on her 4th cup of coffee, by the way. She's been up since 6 a.m. She just goes, "I'm sorry. What's the quest entail?"
Infiltrating those buggers who I was running from and you were attacking last time. The ones in the dark clothing.
Is Milo?
Oh, yeah, sure. Count me in.
Yep, Velo. Excellent. That's at least one group. Now we're supposed to hear from Clan Duskull. We'll give them a little bit and finish up your breakfast and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So a little bit of time will pass before another Goliath character comes through the front door of the tavern into the guild hall. This one
What's
is
a
distinctly
Goliath?
female. A Goliath is a very large humanoid.
What's a humanoid?
In this case, the humanoid is a human-like being, general shape and similar silhouette to a human.
Okay.
Shape and basic anatomy, right? Like,
Yeah.
Dragonborn is a humanoid, even though it has a tail and
Yeah,
scales. But Goliath
Kinda
is like
represents-
basically a half giant.
Okay.
What's that?
Perhaps a picture would be in order.
no, it's
Yes.
just something that
Well, I
looks
do have
like a
one, but-
human-ish.
Yeah, I get it. I think I got it. Anything that it could be any
closest
creature
thing-
that looks close to human.
Actually-
and acts like human, understands like human. I got it.
Would Volo, just out of character, would Volo be considered humanoid since it's technically a fox, but he's standing up?
Velo?
So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Velo.
Acts
Anything
like human,
that
thinks like human,
walks like a
thinks
human,
human.
acts like a human. But it's largely when describing humanoid, I think it's mostly talking about anatomy, like bipedal and human-esque in
Yeah.
shape. And that's an assumption. I don't know the full definition of it, but there you go. Yeah, Nick gave a picture of a Goliath. I do not have a picture for what you
Hagrid,
see with
right?
the Goliath. No, Hagrid is
Oh, giant.
he's a half giant, but Goliaths are they're not a hybrid, right? They're their own distinct looking thing.
Oh.
In this case, they have like grayish skin, often like this, covered in tattoos.
Scion
Very
in League of
very
Legends.
large.
Like Scion. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Scion's undead.
I
though.
don't know. But... Yeah, I don't think Scion is. Well, that
He's
kind
gray.
of. Yeah, well, kinda. Sort of, but not. But anyways, this woman, standing about 8 feet tall, so again, taller than, well, similar build and shape and size to the Chancellor who came in from Irondale last time, who was speaking with Velo. She walks over to Velo, picking him out from the crowd immediately. And it is a sight to see, the little, 3-foot thing speaking and looking up to the 8-foot giant woman. And she is physically very attractive, but scars all over the place.
Goliath?
She's a Goliath, yep. And she's in. What's that?
Sorry, don't continue. I'm just commenting.
Okay. She is a. She is wearing the similar garb, laden with gold and but much more dark, rogue-like clothing, right? But similar to the Goliath that you all saw previously. Lots of gold jewelry, very obviously wealthy. Very well armed, knives strapped to her boots and legs, and on straps around her torso, visible and obvious. Well, like just armed to the tooth.
Teeth?
So she saunters over to Vilo, and he greets her in the same way that he greeted the Chancellor.
Alright.
Vilo gestures to her, getting all of your attention. And he said, "Meet Gadmira Orska Duskull, the Shadow of Irondale." She bows politely to you all, and takes Vilo off to the side. The two of them speak for a moment, and he kind of gestures over to you guys, pointing at one or two of you, and after a while, she just leaves. And then he comes over to you and says, "It looks like it's just going to be us. We're going to go in with one unit, and she and some of her kin are going to follow up, acting as cavalry of sorts. What say you? Is this all
Would
right?"
Drell have read the mission contract details?
Vilo's got it in his hands. He's waving it around everywhere. It's his ticket to gold, so if you want, you can ask him for it.
Yeah, I do.
But you would have had the chance
it
to
over?
see it before, too.
Okay.
Okay?
Doesn't the
Yep.
contract state that we have one of these Goliaths in our group?
Yes, but Vilo explains that now that there is only so few of you, the Clan Duskull would rather have you go as a unit, singular.
I don't know how I like the sound of that. Feels like a trap.
He only explains that, like I said, they would act as a cavalry unit at this point.
I got an idea. Why don't we act as a cavalry unit?
Okay.
And they go in first. And we get
Okay,
paid the same. Drell says this half like heartedly, like, you know, hey. So he just feels something's amiss,
said,
you know. He felt more like, okay, they have a vested interest, right? Having someone in our group with us, right? Now it feels like we're just like Operation Human Shield, you know.
Vilo does agree. He nods, but he yeah. But the coin is good, he says.
I look Vilo
The whole thing
dead
is
in the
suspicious.
eyes. You can't spend coin with dead, homie. Well, I don't say homie. Drell would say the equivalent of homie in common of this era. There you go. Thank you, Dick, for the. I'm sorry, I'm just a little groggy still, guys. I'm like, oh, brain is not functioning at full capacity.
I think all of our brains are not functioning at full capacity
I'm
right
sick,
now.
so it's still difficult today. My throat
But
feels like
Drell,
this
you know, I trust Vilo. I'm just being cautious, right? Because I feel like he's getting this, letting the coin greed get to him instead of thinking rationally.
What if we just send Vilo in first and then we go in?
Oh no, that's rude. First of all, I have to carry all of Vilo's stuff anyway, half the time.
That was not in character, by the way.
So, let's see. You do know that Vilo, he has a reputation as a rogue, and whatever missions you would have been on with him, particularly you, Sout, this is kind of his thing, stealth and infiltration. He seems very confident that he can earn himself this coin, but as you guys discuss it, he's willing to try and renegotiate for a third time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have one person they can have in our group, because I don't know these what are they called, the Dusk people? What's their name again?
The Duskull clan. You
Yeah, the
would
Dusk
have
clan.
you would know them by reputation, even if
Right.
you don't know them personally.
Is it a good reputation, or are they kind of shisty?
There are a lot of rumors, shisty rumors. However,
Yeah.
they deliver. You know that whatever they promise or whatever they set out to do, they accomplish. And they have business in every quarter.
I have the feeling we're
Largely.
getting involved with some kind of mafia here.
I'm just saying, we're not Dusk. I'm so sorry, I keep butchering the name. Duskulls?
Duskull.
Duskull. We're not Duskull. So
Yep, Duskull.
I feel like they're gonna consider us expendable, and that's why I'm a little hesitant. When the original mission stated that we would have one of them with us, I was more keen because they're not gonna let one of their own get killed, right? They're not gonna let one of their own get ambushed.
Unless they send someone
All
they
right.
want to die with us.
Yeah, but no one wants to truly die half the time. You know?
No, as in someone they want to get rid of
Oh,
for failure, political reasons. Also, did we get any information back from the head of Arm of Arcana? On the
now is this
body
in
of
character or out of
Arcana?
character?
You haven't yet, but you were expecting it this morning. Do you all want to? Now, Velo has offered to renegotiate.
Delphin's in.
We haven't.
She's like, whatever, it's money.
Okay. We haven't heard from Stappy. And Stappy is probably the one, I believe, who is the most emotionally invested in this.
Well, yeah, until we found out that the boy was dead.
Okay. And there is plenty to follow up with in Arm Arcana. If you...
Well, yeah, I just kind of want to
make your decision.
I kind of want to lean over to Histash and ask while they find out what we're actually gonna do, maybe we should go check on Arm of Arcana. I kind of lean over to Histash, quietly say it so nobody else hears it.
Histash nods and dipped up, motioning for you to follow as you head towards the Arcana. What they discuss contract details. Jesus Christ, I hate being said.
Okay, no worries.
You're doing great. I'm sorry. You must not feel good. It's okay. It's okay. So Velo slaps the table as they walk away and asks, "Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to wait? Do you want to rediscuss? I'm itching for some coin."
Delphine, lifts
Velo,
her head up from the
I
table.
understand your frustration.
Wait, I want the money.
While Drought is leaving, he just kind of shouts I honestly don't care. Just do whatever.
Okay. Now, what were you gonna say, Sout?
I was gonna say to Histash, look, I'm not trying to ruin your big score here. What if we get half the money up front? At the very least. That way we can get better gear, maybe some possibly magically forged items to help us in this endeavor. These cultists, as we've seen, are not to be trifled with. They have ambushed us multiple times. They have infiltrated us with undead puppets. we have no idea what we're going to be up against.
Alright, so Vila, without
Yeah.
another hesitation, runs out the door. I'll go renegotiate, he yells. You want assurance, I can tell that much. I'll ask what they can do. He runs out the door, and it has only been a few minutes since the Goliath had left. So while he catches up with her, let's follow his Tash and Drarthus as they make their way back to Arm Arcana. Arm Arcana is the magical division of the guild. Okay. So you make your way back through the same hall to the Arm Arcana, where you find Edelyn at her desk, asleep, in a mess of papers and instruments, and holding the child Stephen up in the air, trying to keep it from touching anything, is Percy, the Warforged. And Stephen is just gnawing at one of the wires exposed on its arm. He is dead. He's undead. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I thought he died properly this time.
Well, no. He was still moving around and kicking last we saw him.
Yep.
But we just confirmed that there is no blood in his veins, and Edelyn had said that he had probably been dead for weeks.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So, what would you guys like to do in this scene that you find yourselves in?
Daffy, is there anything you'd like to say before I do something?
Well, this is not how he was when we first saw him. That's in character, by the way, when like the door opens.
Okay. The Warforged just kind of nods, acknowledging your presence, but doesn't speak.
Has his Tash heard Perseus speak before, or is he normally, not really a talking person?
Yes, no, this is, the most you'll get out of him is gestures. And you will know that from plenty of experience. You know that if you want to speak to somebody in the room, it's going to be Edelyn.
I turned to Perseus and asked him if he could wake up the headmaster for me, or head of the arm for me, so I don't get smoked by active.
From where he is standing, he is able to just lift his leg and catch the chair that she's in with his heel,
God.
knocking her out of it.
And no chill.
She slides off the desk with papers stuck to her face, and what? Percy! Oh, it's you. And she, wipes the papers and a little bit of drool off her face and readjusts her glasses. Yes, how can I help you? Stephen, right? Where's Stephen? And then she takes him out of the Warforged's arms and slaps him back on the table. Just kind of has him sitting there. Still kind of in a daze, and nothing new out of him. Same type of behavior. I suppose you're here for some answers, she says groggily.
Hopefully.
It's only been a day, though,
Well,
right?
I have nothing new to tell you. Yep, it's only been overnight. Clearly she has spent a good amount of the night doing some sort of research. And she says, I've learned almost nothing more. Clearly he's being controlled. It doesn't make any sense as to why he's able to move like this. I had somebody come over with Detect Undead, and he's He's undead. That's all that I know. It is alarming that somebody can be controlling him to whatever extent that they were. Because now I'm getting almost no reaction out of him.
Have you found anything out about the corpse that we brought in?
She said, yes, that I have many more answers for. I don't know the substance, but there's something heavy in its veins. Something mineral in nature, it seems, but then magical in its properties. The longer I studied it, isolating what it is, the more the blood reacted around his eyes and face. And frankly, this is dark magic. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but his physical constitution was just, it's like it was draining him. His muscles are larger in some ways, but weaker in others, and it's just quite grotesque what it's done to his anatomy. Whatever this is, you don't want to mess with it. You don't want to get it in your system.
So you think it's contagious?
It's
Sorry?
good to know for when we raid the cultist base.
Does it seem to be
If you-
infected slash contagious?
No, it must have been ingested or injected into the system somehow. If you can find me a sample while you're there, we can learn more about it. It's not a virus, an infection of any kind, magical or otherwise. It's something that they're doing to them directly, like a drug of sorts, as best I can tell.
Could it be something they did to Steven as well?
It doesn't seem to be the same things affecting him. Completely unrelated. Dark magic in both cases, to be sure, but very different. This man was very much alive hours ago. There's plenty of blood. Muddled, sure, but plenty of blood in his veins. Not like the child.
Thank you for your effort regardless. We will definitely keep an eye out for a sample if we can find one safely.
Sorry, but that's all I can help you with so far. I'll let you know if I figure anything else out.
Daffy, do you have anything to add before we go back to the party?
Not really. I guess we just go back to...
Then his stash will find person name I've forgotten again, and
Edelin.
Edelin. Find Edelin again and lead Staffy's character and him back to the party.
Okay. While they were gone, Velo and the Goliath come back. And she starts to address you all as they walk in the room. You want reassurance. I can give you the coin up front if you want to take this quest in that way, but unless you all accomplish the rest on your own, it will only be the 1,000. If we join you and bring up the rear, attacking as a oh my gosh, I just said the word. What is it? Bringing up the rear. We will be taking. We won't be taking. We won't be. The contract will only stand for one group. So if you want half up front, it'll be 500 gold, and then the rest is up to you. If you want both, if you want the full amount, if you want to take it on yourselves, you can do that. But if you want our help, with this large of a group, we're not going to be able to infiltrate quietly, stealthily. It needs to be 2 smaller groups. My kin and I can bring up the rear after you have already infiltrated. But otherwise, we'll do this differently.
Okay, can I do like a sense motive so I can see maybe like how important this mission is to them or how truthful they're being right now?
Yes. You want to do an insight check?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh man.
Well, as far as you can tell, I mean, she's confident in what she's saying, and she holds a purse bag, like a coin purse. That's the word. In her hand, suggesting that she can pay you the half now. But it would be, to clarify, it would be half of the 1,000, not half of the full pool of 2,000, because I guess what she's insinuating is that you have either too small or too big a group.
Yeah. You know, I glance over at the group if there's any objections. You know, like kind of like a moment now.
We got
Anyone?
We got this. All right. So what she offers is, if you want one of my kin to go with you, you'll have to take a smaller group. But otherwise, we'll do it in 2 groups, my kin and you all separately.
Not much choice. I mean, no one else has seemed to oppose, so Drell, with a little reluctance, does take the contract.
Okay. She hands Vilo the purse of what is 500 gold, which is half up front. You can tell that they're at least that sincere. What would you like to
Buy potions, I suppose.
do? Shopping trip?
I mean, I was gonna negotiate for more, but looks like that's done. But you know, it's just like Drell would have definitely negotiated
excited.
a bit more. Yeah. Because if this Dusk people are so well, you know, they're so monetarily. Gosh, what's the words I'm looking for here? They're so well off,
Flush
right?
with cash.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they seem to really care about this mission. I feel like we could have gotten at least some, you know, loaner stuff, but it's fine. We'll work with what we got.
So I mean, 1,000 gold is quite a bit.
Yeah.
You all were very fortunate to get what you got out of Patamire, who is both rich, clearly, and generous. But she is still there. If you want to negotiate, that's not off the table. But she has handed, readily, the 500 gold to Vilo.
Okay. I'm gonna ask her one last question. I'm gonna ask, in character,
Okay.
how important is this mission to your people?
To me personally, I don't know. But to the Chancellor, he says it's affecting our business. So that's where I come in.
Would your Chancellor be opposed to temporary loaning us some magical weapons?
That's not something we deal with.
Just thought I'd check.
We trade in many things, but that's not anything that I would have access to beyond my own personal items.
Of
Nothing
course.
that I have would be helpful to you all.
Magic weapons are quite expensive, though. That's why I was figuring, you know what, maybe we can get them on loan, give them back after this little encounter, but I tried. Try to get us any kind of advantage we can get into this. Alright, well, the contract's been accepted. We're good.
Alright.
If you want to have Beetle dole
She,
out people's shares.
Yes, he reluctantly hands each of you, let's see, there's 5, right? An
so.
equal portion of the coins. Is that 5
Is that
including him,
100?
or he was 6?
I'm gonna see what I can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6 divided, or what is it? 500 divided by 6. And he is not happy to dole it out, but he's happy to have what is left.
Which is how much? Sorry?
You each end up with 83 gold pieces.
Alright. And are we heading out tonight?
It's the morning still. All of this probably hasn't taken part in less than an hour.
I guess my question was, are we intended to head out to infiltrate this place tonight, in-game character?
As soon as possible.
I'm gonna take the 83 gold plus what I already had and say I'm gonna go shop real quick, and then yeah, I'll be ready.
Nighttime might be better anyway.
Okay.
Because we could sneak in.
So there's travel time, so we can use half a day to travel.
Yeah, it does take at least half a day to get there. Right.
Now I need the book.
83. Yeah. Alright, well I guess we're doing a shopping trip then.
Alright. Is that what you guys are doing?
I guess. Maybe? I don't know.
Is everybody gone? Who else is going on the
do.
shopping trip?
You guys can do whatever you like.
Okay. So, Hiztash and Drell, and that's probably all of you would know of a couple of different places. There are 2 of note in the city that most guild members end up in, and one is more like arcane focused, and one is more like martial weapons focused. The Fox's Blade is the one, and the second is notes. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, distracted by chat. Yes, 83, Nick. I do not remember where we left off on the healing potions, Nick, but it was you and Wallaby who had them.
I can't
You can't concentrate. Is everybody? Let's get a vibe check, because I'm getting the feeling that we're all a bit.
Everybody's dead.
No, I'm down to play.
I'm down to play. Y'all are cowards.
I'm here.
My character's
I
being my
just
character.
really can't, like, right now, concentrate.
I'm not like dead,
Okay,
but
okay.
I'm not fully there either. If that makes sense.
Okay. Millie, are you saying that you can't go on?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay to not be able to go on?
That is understandable. Um,
Am I a horrible person?
no, that does not make you a horrible person. How far are we in this? How long have we been going?
An hour-ish.
About an hour-ish. Do you want to go with the shopping trip, and then we can kind of, I don't know, let Millie or Delphine wander the streets after that? What do you think? Do you need to quit now, Millie? What's your
Yeah.
deal? Yeah, now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm getting
Alright.
quite tired-ish as well.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? Up to you.
I say we just continue for
I'm
another
free
day.
to keep going.
I mean, most of our players are out of energy, so I guess we have to stop.
Yeah.
No, no, don't stop because of me. Keep going.
It's also because of me
Do it.
and
Well-
Nick.
I'm not quitting. Fuck you. I'm here.
Keep going.
We lost roughly half our people. Unless we should always do.
We are down Angel.
Yeah.
But Angel's coming
We
back
are down
too.
Angel and then Millie. Well, we haven't heard from her actually, so I don't know.
Maybe it's better anyway since we're going on the shopping trip, so both Angel and Caleb can actually look for stuff as well.
I mean, I don't think we have enough money
Okay.
for anything other than healing potions off the top of my head.
Well,
The
some
two
of us
people that have the money.
You could buy all kinds of cool trinkets
yeah.
from there. Like it's not just healing potions. Like
Angel-
you could buy, like,
No, you can buy lots of magical items, but you don't all have a lot of money. Angel and Sout have way more than they ought to at this point because
To be
they went
fair, we
and did
also
Pat
did the
Meyer's quest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
We split
and
it.
Patameyer was very generous.
Patameyer
Generous.
He saved
has
Paramiter's life.
Patameyer has the bread.
Was
a lot
Patameyer more generous to them than to us?
We saved his life. This
well,
is complete favoritism.
You saved his life. He gave you a bunch of gold for saving his life, and he did give you each items.
Yeah, that's
Gifts,
true.
I
tokens
don't
of his
think
gratitude.
The item I got.
However, all right, let's just call it. And
Oh.
since I don't know what else to do though if we're gonna be down 3 players.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yay.
No, it's
that's
okay.
good.
Does Saturday work better for people? Maybe we should go back to the Saturday.
Saturday
Regroup
is better
next
for me.
week.
This week I can be, but the next week after that, I won't be able to make it. I'll be out of town.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, the today's fine.
Well, we'll plan on Saturday, and then we'll go from there. We'll talk about the following week afterwards. Let's leave off here, I guess, and then we'll open up in a shopping scene
Okay.
Alright.
next week.
Yeah, I was
How
trying
does
to
that
figure
sound?
out how to get a
Sounds good.
+1 sword, like to see the pricing on it, but I cannot seem to do that. Like +1 great swords don't seem to exist in this.
If I remember right, it's 1,000 for
Lashes
a
on me.
+1 armor or shield or weapon, but I could be wrong. It's been a while.
I was gonna suggest something along those lines between 1,000 and 1,200, depending on what you're looking for.
If I remember right,
And
there's
I have a
there's
couple
sheet
options.
in the DMG somewhere. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, I was trying to. I don't have the books, so I was trying to see if I could use D&D Beyond to do that, basically, but it doesn't seem to be working too well. Oh, browse official content. Maybe that'll work.
All right. Well, thanks for joining, everybody.
No problem.
For having us.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll reconvene next week and figure out where to go from there.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
See you guys.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.